Hi everyone, this is Religiolog, and those of you who watch my videos regularly know that I'm Ukrainian and I was born back in the Soviet Union. So when I went to school, portraits of Lenin were everywhere. On many walls it was common to see graffiti with Lenin's face and some quotes attributed to him. And of course kids were told that Lenin was an absolute A+ student and he's an example we all have to strive for. No doubt, just like everyone else, I wanted to be like Lenin. I couldn't imagine some classroom or some textbook without his portrait. Of course no. On the first page of each textbook there was his portrait, so Lenin was watching us almost from every corner. Also, I had an elder brother, and when he became a little Octobrist, as we call it Oktyabrionak, a member of the Soviet Youth Organization, he got a chest badge with an image of Lenin. And it sounds funny to me now, but back then, I have to admit, I envy him. I felt, wow, it's so cool, I want the same chest badge with Lenin. Also, the uniform looks so cool, I wanted to join the team. I hope some of you have already seen my videos on anti-religious campaign in the Soviet Union. In this video, however, I'd like to focus on a specific aspect of these campaigns targeting solely education or related to how the Soviet Union ideologies tried to protect Soviet children from religious propaganda. At the same time, they promoted anti-religious agenda and imposed on kids anti-religious views. This is what we are going to discuss here. So let's start with this funny poster. I'm not sure if we can even call it a funny poster, maybe to some of you it looks weird. Anyway, what we see here is how this awful grandma, she's purposefully depicted so ugly, so grandma is dragging this poor girl to the church. Pay attention to details, she does it very violently, while the girl resists. The priest in the background is waiting for them. But the girl is hungry for knowledge. She wants to go to school, not to the church. Now the inscription on the poster states, "Religion is poison, protect the children." So we see that it is very straightforward. Let kids focus on school and protect them from religion. Here is another example. The inscription states, "With the help of this old woman, the priests strive to put a noose on little souls, but we will not give them these souls." You know, among communists there was an idea that religion is something atavistic, backward, only old ladies are interested in that. At the same time, these grandmas are very dangerous because they are the channels through which religion is spread. Here is another example depicting this narrative. It states, "The light against the darkness." And I feel no need to comment, it's kind of self-explanatory. Here's another one. It states in a funny way, "One old woman boasts to another, 'Oh, I cannot say my grandson doesn't have anything holy in him.' And you know what? In some way I can understand why they thought so. Because this is exactly what happened to me personally. When I was young, my grandfathers and my parents looked very indifferent to religion. Maybe my mother would go to a church during Easter, that's it. But both of my grandmas were extremely religious. One of them was Orthodox and had an altar at home full of icons, candles and various prayer books that she would often cite aloud, often daytime, but normally every evening before going to bed. And she would often put me standing next to her and asking me to repeat after her while she was repeating those Orthodox prayers. At the same time, my other grandma converted from Orthodoxy into a Baptist church and became an extremely passionate Baptist. She was praying almost every time and about everything, so she taught me the Lord's Prayer, and when I stay in her house, every night before going to bed, we would kneel to our knees and would cite Lord's Prayer. Then she would pray about her issues and then ask me, like, now you can ask God wherever you want. And I would normally pray for my parents, family members, friends, and so on. Anyway, I hope you got the main idea. Both of my grandmas were extremely God-fearing personalities, and because of them I became quite religious. If not them, maybe I would never even be interested in religion, who knows, because in our household we never discuss God or religion. Again, I can't say it for sure, but who knows, maybe there is some wisdom in those posters. Please share in the comments below if this is your story as well. Now let's move forward. I want to show you some pictures, for example this one. We see how these poor children went out for a demonstration. Why poor? Because it's a winter time. Come on, let them stay in school. But no, they want them to protest against Christmas. A bunch of little Grinches. On the left-hand side, the banner states, "Parents, don't confuse us, don't celebrate Christmas and don't decorate Christmas trees." The other banner says, "Educate children with the help of a teacher, but not God." Another example, the banner states, "There is no any God." And the other, "Religion is poison, protect the children." Basically what we've seen already on that poster. Here we see teenagers with a banner, "Religious education is a crime against children." So what do you think about such activism? Or take a look at this one, "Sweep cleanly the Baptist sectarians." In other words, kick them out of our society. And these are just a few examples. Here is another poster that states, "In this nursery the priest will not be fed," meaning won't find any profit. Basically hinting to the same idea that the priests want to have control over the minds of children. Or what do you think about this poster? "The sacred duty of honest people is to save children from the darkness of the church. They've turned to Christ and locked themselves in darkness." Again, we see this narrative or analogy, the comparison of darkness against the light. This poster challenges grandma with her grandson to overcome temptation to become religious. The shadow inscription is "Religion," and the guy with the Bible in his pocket depicted as an obstacle. He doesn't let them join the crowd and enjoy their life. The inscription states, "Step across the ominous shadow and join the crowd in the joyful bustle of the day." The buildings in the background are theater, club, House of Pioneers, planetarium, so the poster is calling you like, hey, overcome religion and go and enjoy theater, clubs, planetarium, museums, and so on. Leave religion behind. Here's the poster already from 1982 that kind of promotes in a funny way the power of scientific knowledge over religion. The boy says, "Grandpa, I drew the heavenly kingdom." And the inscription states, "The grandfather can see from the example of his own grandson, science is pushing religion aside." Also, we see how the emphasis was put not only on anti-religious propaganda, but also on the school system. Through school education, Soviet children must understand why religion is harmful and why it is a hindrance for the construction of a new socialistic world or lifestyle. Please take a look at this example. The poster states, on the top, "The Soviet school is a school of militant godlessness." On the book, "Soviet school textbook." And at the bottom, "Let us revise the school textbooks and cleanse them of religious elements." Here we can even see the anti-religious alphabet. But on this poster there is a Bible, and on the top it's written, "Mankind shall inherit the whole earth, but only when childhood aren't snatched away." A couple more examples with textbooks. We see here atheistic education for school children or atheistic education at school. Another textbook is named Atheistic Education for Students of History in 5th and 7th grades, and so on. Therefore, it's not surprising that Soviet children were often confused. Here is the case that Victoria Smolkin provides in her History of Soviet Atheism. A boy shares his personal experience by saying, "In school, teachers tell us to listen to our parents. At home, parents tell us to respect and listen to our teachers. Once each year, either before or after Easter, teachers tell us not to go to church. But our mothers and fathers tell us every day to pray to God and go to church. Teachers tell us that they will lower the grades of those who go to church, while parents tell us if we do not go to church, they will throw us out of the house. So, who should we listen to? It is essential for all adults, for our teachers and parents, to come to an agreement among themselves. And for you to understand how serious it could be, here are a few examples of what children were taught to do in schools. Over here we see a village school in Ukraine, and a girl writes on the blackboard, "Religion is a daub, down with the priests." In this picture we see how children were taught how to snitch on those who practice religion and then shame them. On the blackboard it states, "Who was seen in a church during Easter?" And then we see the list of names. Basically everyone could come and report on anyone they saw in the church. I hope you liked the video. Please share in the comments below if you'd enjoy watching this style of videos with the Soviet era posters. If I see many likes and comments, it will motivate me to produce a few more reviews about some other aspect of anti-religious propaganda in the Soviet Union. Thank you for watching to the end. If you like what I do, please consider supporting me on Patreon or for a one-time donation. The links are in the description. Thank you.